Today's 5 facts will be about Dayton, New Jersey. Dayton, New Jersey was first settled in 1685, but was actually known by a different original name, Crossroads. The original name had to do with the road now behind me, once known as the Cross Week Sunk Trail, but which is now George's Road. It was also in due part to this intersection here, between George's Road, Culver Road, and Ridge Road, which was known as the Crossroads. Today, this intersection is now known as the Five Corners. The history here was actually tied to a former president, the first US president. George Washington, on his way to the Battle of Monmouth, actually traveled along George's Road. It was here where the Wawa now stands that a fellow whose family has a rich history here in Dayton, Thomas Wetherill, had an inn. And it was his records that indicated that George Washington and his entourage were even here. Another interesting, but I guess not very surprising fact was that this general area was mostly farmland. In fact, it was another Wetherill family member, John Wetherill, Thomas's uncle, who purchased a 1,700-acre plantation in this general area. He also had an orchard and a nursery that lasted well into the 1900s. Now you may be wondering how Dayton changed its name from Crossroads to Dayton. It was actually named in honor of William L. Dayton in the 1840s, who was a US Senator from New Jersey, who actually grew up not too far from here in Basking Ridge and went to the College of New Jersey, now known as Princeton University. He had helped settle disputes that arose from a railroad right-of-way during his time as an attorney in this area. However, even though the name was created in the 1840s, the name Dayton was not fully adopted until 1866. And now for the last fact, I thought I would discuss the restaurant that now resides here, La Taverna. It is one of the few structures still remaining that dates back to the earliest origins of Dayton. It was built about 1732 by James Whitlock and was actually originally an inn. It has undergone a number of business changes over the years, even recalling some of its history by naming itself the Whitlock's Tavern. But it is now an Italian restaurant called La Taverna. I spoke about George Washington and his relevance within Dayton, but there was another former US president that also made the news here when he visited here in Dayton. It was back in August of 2000 that Bill Clinton visited the Crossroads Middle School. He spoke about the importance of education and programs to help public schools. And I remember sitting around here with my mom, brother, and sister as we passed around the binoculars, hoping to catch a small glimpse of the US president. I hope you liked today's episode of 5 Facts about Dayton, New Jersey. If so, please like and subscribe.